So starting with the primitive data types in Apex, the primitive data types, as I said, these are the generic ones. To put it in very simple words, these are the ones which you usually may have used in other programming languages also. Say some, C, C++, Java. They also use similar data types. So these are the generic ones which are used almost everywhere. Okay. Some of these may not be used in other programming languages, but most of them are. Okay. So the first one is Boolean. What is a Boolean? Boolean is a data type which can only store a true, false, or null. Okay. Primarily can be used for a checkbox kind of a thing, where you just want to have store a true or false. Okay. How do you define? Example, Boolean is selected equals true. Okay. So you see data type, this is the variable name, and this is the value that you have assigned to it. Okay, and Boolean can only, as I said, it can only have a value of true, false, or null. Okay, so think about a checkbox. Checkbox can be either checked or not checked, or a null value, right? So that is what your Boolean is. Okay, just give me one quick second, please. One moment. Okay, so any variable that you need to define, which can only hold a true, false, you define a Boolean for it. Checkbox is an example that I told you. So usually, whenever you guys create a checkbox field, that the default data type for that is Boolean. Okay. All right. Now, next one is decimal. Decimal is a number that includes a decimal point. So that's what it is. Example, decimal x is equal to 3.14. Then we have double. Double is a 64-bit number that includes a decimal point. Okay. This should be double, actually. Double x equals something. Okay. So you see, we are basically defining the data type here, and then variable, and then we are putting the value there. So double is a 64-bit number that includes a decimal point. The difference between decimal and double is basically double can store a 128-bit value, and this can store 64-bit number. So 64-bit number usually can store 15-16 digit, and the decimal can store approximately 27-28 digits. Okay, so that is there. ID is any valid salesforce.com ID. So there's another data type which is called ID. Now this ID is only this data type is native to Salesforce. No other programming language uses it. So example, ID called ID equals to, so this can store only a valid salesforce.com ID. That's what it can store. So if you need a variable to store the salesforce.com ID, this can be used. Integer is a 32-bit number without any decimal points, which does not include a decimal point. So integer I equals 45. If you have a decimal point, or if you're expecting that there's a possibility of decimal points in your value, then you either use a decimal or double. Long is also like an integer, but it can store bigger values. 64-bit number that does not include a decimal point. Then we have string. String is a simple one. String basically refers to the variables which can store text values. Okay, like string city equals New York City. Okay, so this is the data type. So you cannot just go and put in your code city equals New York City. Salesforce will not understand that, or Apex will not understand that, rather, let me say. So you have to define the data type, then the variable, and then assign the value. Okay, this is how it works. Then there is another data type, primitive data type, which is date, value that indicates a particular day. And this is how you can put it. Date, my date equals date dot new instance, year, month, date. Okay. So this is how you assign a value to this variable. There is another one which is called date time. Now, in case of date time, what you can do is you define date time like this. So data type, variable name, and to put a value to that particular variable, this is how you do it. Year, month, date. So 1999 is year, 2 is the month, 11 is the date, and this is the time. Okay, hours, minutes, seconds. In case you want, you can put one more value here, which will be milliseconds. Okay, time is another data type which is available, and putting value to a time variable is pretty similar to how we were putting it in date. So here you put it as time.new instance, and 1 2 3 0, this is basically hour, minute, second, and milliseconds. Got it? So whatever time you want to put there, you can put that. Okay, so that is the thing. That's about the generic primitive data types. In addition to all these primitive data types, there is one more which is called an object. Now this object is basically not a particular data type, but it can be any data type that is supported in Apex. Okay, so in case you want to just define a generic one which can store anything, you define it as an object. So that option is there. So sometimes you may not be sure of what data type you are going to put in the variable. So initially you can define it as an object. An object can then be used to store any of the supported data types, primitive data types in Salesforce. Okay, how do we do it? Let's look at an example. So you define object obj equals 10, and then from this you can basically get the value to an integer I equals, and it retrieves the value from this particular data type. Got it? So that is the thing. You could have actually retrieved this value to a string also. Got it? So that is the thing. So this supports any possible data type in your Apex, or any supported primitive data types in Apex. Okay. So this is just an assert statement to check whether these two values are equal or not. So that's it. That's all we'll discuss in this video. Thanks for watching. For more videos in this series, you can look for the link in description below or visit my website. Goodbye and take care.